前段时间，中国刚取消了对澳洲葡萄酒的倾销税税务壁垒，也就是说，今年会有很多澳洲葡萄酒回到国内市场。澳洲葡萄酒的性价比一直很出色，而且它的风格呢也非常适合中国葡萄酒消费者的喜好。在澳洲，一个非常重要的产区是南澳产区。澳洲酒里那些有名的、值钱的、出色的酒，大部分都来自这个产区。我有段时间没有仔细研究澳洲葡萄酒了，正好在这一次 Vinexpo 期间，我有机会去拜访几家南澳的酒庄，仔细研究一下南澳这个产区。整体来讲，南澳产区是在澳大利亚的中南部，围绕着阿德莱德附近。这里有10几个子产区，其中有几个特别出色的，还有特别有意思的。它们包括 Clare Valley 克莱尔山谷、Barossa Valley 巴罗萨谷、Eden Valley 伊甸谷、Adelaide Hills 阿德莱德山、McLaren Vale 麦克拉伦谷、Langhorne Creek 兰豪尔溪，还有 Coonawarra 库纳瓦拉，最后还有 Riverland 河地。这里的酒非常有创意。首先，我们先拜访一下全展最有个性的庄主 Darrenburg 的 Chester Osborne。Wow.
Jewelry. I have a little prop for every label name.
Wow.
You know? I have like the hermit crab. We have a crab.
Okay.
We have a bit of ironstone here.
This is the most interesting booth I've ever seen.
This is a high trellis. This is this wine here. And this is wire from 1880. I make 85 different wines.
85 different wines.
And they're very old vines. So
Yes.
I use vines that are mostly 70 to 130 years old.
130 years old.
Yeah. And
Wow.
my family bought the vineyard in 1912.
Okay.
I'm the 4th generation there.
You're the 4th generation now.
Make it very old-fashioned, organic and biodynamic.
Pretty savage, the things.
Oh yeah, we're quite.
Yeah.
And the wine style we make is concentrated, but has a great elegance, great perfume, great structure, and has a lovely earth flavour from the soil. Yeah, well, this is from a nearly extinct clone of Cabernet Sauvignon that never yields more than 1 tonne an acre.
That is minuscule.
Yeah, it sets very poorly, but very intense Cabernet.
Yes.
This is from 2018 vintage.
This feels as intense as you are as a person.
Cheers.
Cheers. 之后，我和麦克拉伦谷的另一家庄主了解了老藤在南澳的优势。Very pleased to meet you, and today we'll be tasting some wines from
McLaren Vale, and specifically Old Vine Grenache.
Old Vine Grenache, okay.
But in terms of geography, what's probably really important about us is the climate. So we're a Mediterranean climate.
Yeah.
We're right on the ocean. We have some amazing beaches. And that really means that we have a perfect climate for growing some classic Southern French and Spanish variety. We have some of the oldest vines in the world in South Australia on their own rootstocks, as you know.
Okay.
And there is a very small amount of very old bushvine Grenache in McLaren Vale where we're based. And I think one of the things that's interesting about Grenache from our region is it's an amazing grape variety for conveying a sense of place. Mm-hmm. So it's very good at showing its soil and its terroir.
It's like a Pinot Noir for the hot climate, basically.
Completely. For our project, our winery, Thistledown, we don't work with anything that's less than 50-year-old bushvine.
Okay. What makes Old Vine interesting? Yes.
Yeah. Look, I think there's a few components. So, I mean, fundamentally, an older vineyard is generally a vineyard which has stayed in the ground for good reason.
Yeah.
And that's often the case that for a very long period it's proved its metal, and it's in terms of consistently high quality. For us, one of the big things that old vineyards bring is complexity and depth.
Okay.
And what you tend to find is some of the older vineyards, I find, regulate more better than some of the younger sites.
Okay.
So I think year on year...
roots are deeper, better buffer against changes?
Completely.
Okay.
And I think as well, I mean, it's like people, I think there's an experiential thing there. So if you believe in vine memory, I think it's like they've probably been through it before.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a component.
That's definitely an interesting metaphor for the adaptability of the old vines.
Yeah, I think it's a massive thing.
Our winery itself was founded in 1851.
Okay.
And it's the oldest winery in the Clare Valley.
Clare Valley 克莱尔谷是南澳海拔比较高、比较冷的产区。这里的雷司令非常有特色，一种新世界纯粹的雷司令风格，也是在考试和盲品比赛里经常出现的风格。
And this one shows off all the characteristics of a nice Clare Valley Riesling. It's light, it's crisp. It has a little bit of citrus on it, a little bit of lemon and lime, a little bit of grapefruit on the finish, but a very refreshing, tantalizing type of wine. That is great with a lot of different seafood dishes, chicken dishes. But you get a little touch of petroleum on the nose, but big bright citrus fruit, but very structured.
Yeah, I do find that it's very refreshing, and I think the serving slightly cooler is actually a really good idea.
Yes, I think so. And I think Australian Riesling is very unique, but it really reflects the whole nature and wonderful odors and essences of the Riesling grape.
这次其中一家酒庄的名字直接叫 Riesling Freak， 翻译过来就是雷司令怪物或雷司令疯子。Your winery is called Riesling Freak. That's quite an interesting name. Maybe you can tell me about the name of the winery?
Yes, with Riesling Freak.
Okay.
The first vineyard my family bought was in the Clare Valley.
Clare Valley.
It was 100% Riesling.
Okay.
And growing up, I was in the Riesling vineyard every day and got to learn about the grape. And what I love about Riesling is the diversity.
Yeah.
We make dry Riesling, sweet Riesling, sparkling Riesling,
Yes.
and fortified Riesling.
Fortified Riesling. I have not tried that. Do you have it here, the fortified Riesling?
Yes.
That bottle is intimidating because usually it means there's a lot of sugar.
A lot of sugar,
Yeah.
a lot of alcohol.
Also, yes. Thank you.
I think with Riesling, you're right. Riesling needs three things.
Yeah.
It needs acid,
Yeah.
it needs fruit,
Yeah.
and it needs sweetness.
Yeah.
And my job as a Riesling winemaker is to balance out all that wine in the Riesling.
It's like you have this triangle and you're trying to find the balance point that make it work.
Correct.
Yes.
Very much correct.
Yes.
And that's our job as a winemaker.
Yes. 莱豪尔西是麦克拉伦谷另一边的一个冷气候产区，这里的风格相对优雅。
So I'm the fifth generation on the property.
Okay.
We've been producing wine for over 130 years.
130
years we've been producing wine.
Within the family.
It's always within the family. So my great-great-grandfather planted the first vines in 1891.
Yeah.
And we still produce wines off those vines today.
So those will be centenarian.
They are centenarian,
Yeah.
but what is also quite amazing, they are actually the world's oldest family-owned Cabernet in existence.
There's
Swallow
some
it, it's got some power.
concentration in there,
Lots
yeah.
of power.
But at the same time, we get the freshness and the
Yeah.
elegance at the same
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Langlands Creek is the largest cool climate region within Australia. We've got a very maritime influence, so that's what actually sets us apart. So we get lovely warm days, but we get quite a diurnal shift of temperature at night time. So we get lovely cool night, very cold, cool nights.
A nice freshness. Too.
Yeah, so that's what gives us wines that have got lovely forward fruit flavours, freshness, vibrancy, balance, acidity, and tannins.
Adelaide Hills 阿德莱德山也是一个冷一点气候的产区，这里有出色的霞多丽、黑皮诺、长相思，这里的希拉子表现也会优雅一些。
We're owned by a fifth generation vigneron,
Fifth generation?
of Jeff Hardy,
Okay.
who's a member of the Hardy family.
Yeah. What kind of wines do you think will be popular with the Chinese public?
I think we'll see a little bit of a change. And I'm hoping. So we're Adelaide Hills, we're cooler climate.
Yeah.
Our Sauvignon Blanc is actually the oldest planting of Sauvignon Blanc in the Adelaide Hills, which means our Shiraz tends to be medium-bodied, but high perfume, high lift.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're chasing now. The prettiness, and it just seems to sit so well with just a range of food. It's a perfect wine.
Slight sweetness really helps with some of the spicy food in China.
Exactly. Particularly with Chinese meals where you've got a lot of flavours coming out, a lot of different dishes coming out.
Yeah, it's hard to take care of all of the flavors. Riverland 河地，在大家印象中应该是一个高产量、具有巨型商业规模的产区，但近期出现了很多新兴小酒庄，做一些非常有创意的酒。
Riverland's known as a commercial wine growing region, and we're known for Shiraz, Cabernet, Merlot, and Chardonnay, essentially. And we do it really well.
Yeah.
We have an incredible scale of production in the Riverland, from commercial right down to boutique producers. But there's also a growing number of smaller producers that are producing fantastic wine from the Riverland, producing alternate varieties and different styles of blends.
So very creative winemaking and viticulture.
Very much so. So part of our branding, which is the Riverland runs free,
Yeah.
it's all about not taking ourselves too seriously,
Okay.
even though we are very serious about what we do.
Of course.
But it's about the unconventional nature
Yeah.
of the Riverland.
Okay. Zibibo from Riverland. What an interesting wine to me. I love. Wow, this is so aromatic.
It's amazing.
That muscati, grape,
It is.
lychee, rose, powerful aromatics. Yeah. Great discovery, and I wish more people in China can try out the innovative wines from Riverland.
Absolutely, it'd be fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
南澳产区的葡萄酒风格丰富多彩，而且它们的性价比也非常出色，非常值得大家仔细去探索。希望今天的视频也让大家对南澳这个产区有更深的认识。那今天的内容就到这里，感谢大家收看。如果你喜欢今天的视频，请记得给我点赞，并且发给更多朋友看。如果你有任何问题或者建议，请在下面给我留言或者发在弹幕上，我每一条都会看。如果你对品酒和精品生活感兴趣，请记得关注我，因为我会经常发精彩的内容给大家。OK， 我们下期再见 ，Cheers。Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Hey, mate.